So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade, just like Solly did. Well, those years ago. See?
No, I don't want to do any more of it. Hi everyone, Martha here. So, I just got done watching Percy Jackson episode 6, but first we're going to talk about She-Hulk being canceled. Season 2 gets canceled because apparently first season was way too expensive. So they're not going to make a second season, according to the one who played She-Hulk. She did an interview recently with on Twitter or Twitch and Twitter. So I want to let you guys know about that. They said it's too expensive. To me, it's fine. I kind of like the first season. Some parts are funny. Some parts weren't. So, okay. And I also did hear that, also, one I'm more sad about is, America Born in China was also too expensive. So I really hope that they can continue doing Percy Jackson with these two things that were too expensive, and they decided to stop doing them. I really hope they can continue doing Percy Jackson after this season. But anyway, this episode of Percy Jackson. So we got one thing I forgot to mention a couple episodes ago was the fact that Annabeth talked about her mom, how she was being born out of a thought. And how she basically has picked her dad to be her dad and dumped her there. So her dad might even be her dad. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. So in this episode, we start off the episode in the truck that Teddy for Santa Monica, and they end up letting out the animals there because I guess the people who are transferring the animals were animal traffickers. So, and Grover, being part animal, could talk to them, so he offers to let them out because all they were needing was thumbs. But first, while they're doing this, they're talking. They made a rainbow talk to Luke to let them know who they think stole the Master Bolt, and it's not the right answer. And they think it's Clarice because Clarice would be the one who would have stolen it for her father. Since Ares can't do it, he would need one of the kids to do it for him. So they think it's Clarice. It's a red herring. I don't know why they're doing that. That was not part of the book. I just guess there's one to have people who have not read the book, think it's Clarice. That way it would be a twist. They would have a little twist in there to guess who actually did steal it for him. But Percy talked to who he thinks is Zeus, who he thinks is Hades in a dream. But it's not Hades. I'm not saying who's it is, because I already know who he actually seen here. Is that supposed to be actually who I think it is? But I don't know. I liked it better when they were not actually showing us what the person looks like, because I like just hearing the guy's voice better, because you're not really supposed to see him until when he's inside the person who actually stole the Master Bolt's body. So yeah. Anyway, when they get after they let the talk to Luke by using Iris message, who is a goddess of the rainbow. So they end up letting the animals out, and then they leave, and they go to what is called the Lois Casino. And if you read the book, the Odyssey by Homer, there's a part where they go in that book that where they're on this island, and they forget how long they've been there. So this is kind of a reference to that, and made into a casino, because you can. I've never been to a casino before, but you can forget how long you've been there. I bet, since it's a sort of high doing gambling, and they end up like splitting up, and since Percy has never met Hermes. Oh yeah, they don't make sure that Luke. They not Annabeth makes sure that Percy does not tell Luke about his that they're going to see his dad, because since they don't get along, and he kind of explains, and Annabeth explains to Perseus that last time Hermes saw Luke's dad, that it really kind of messed her up, because that they said that she's a seer, but kind of a seer. I don't know, she's like supposed to be a seer, but she doesn't get to take over for I'm not gonna say, but I think she's a seer. So, and it kind of messed up his mom, and that's why Luke doesn't get along with his dad. So if you hear a dog barking, they think they're supposed to get fed soon, but they don't. So just ignore it. Anyway, after that, Grover bumps into one of another Satan named Augustus. I guess it's supposed to be like a reference of one of the people who were at the. It's a reference to one like a Roman god or something like that, and it's nice to see like a fully grown satyr. He was like supposed to be looking for Pan, but it's basically to get Grover mixed up in there, so we can actually see somebody who actually has forgotten stuff, because you're supposed to forget things when you're there, and how long you've actually been there, and forget your past, stuff like that. What happens in the book, I find it like they bumped into somebody who's been there since the 70s. And they're not supposed to age when they're there. So, because really, this is one of my favorite parts in the book, because I found it funny that they found somebody that has been there since the 70s. Or a surfer guy, one of the two. And after, so Perseus talks to Percy and Annabeth talks to Hermes, and Hermes tells them that he doesn't really want to take them to the underworld, because usually when he takes people to the underworld for the way he goes, I think he's talking about Orpheus, it doesn't always go so well. So, and so he doesn't want to do it. So Annabeth has to pick his pocket to his car, and in the book, Percy's supposed to figure out on his own what is going on. But just like in the movie, somebody else tells him, and it ends up, instead of being his dad, this time around it's Hermes that tells him the lotus flower is not a food you eat; it's something you inhale. So, you don't have to worry about they don't have to worry about feeding you. So they actually been there for a couple of days because they think they've only been there for like 20 minutes. But it's now Thursday, so they need to leave. And they have to go get Grover, and Grover's playing like some type of VR game where he thinks he's looking for Pan. And they end up like going to the garage area to look for Hermes' car, which is a freaking taxi. And I like the fact that his shoes on it. Because he's a messenger god, so I guess he does. Because if you don't know what Hermes actually does, he's one of the people besides Xanatos who can take people to the underworld. So it could be like how he like takes people to the underworld from to the taxi. So yeah. And they end up driving around, and since Grover's still like a little bit hungover, the lotus flower, he can't drive. So Perseus, since those two stayed together, Perseus and Annabeth stayed together, they didn't actually get They didn't actually get that much hungover of it since they were able to stay together. Unlike Grover, he went off on his own. So Perseus has to drive, which is not a good idea. It really wouldn't be a good idea for Annabeth to drive either, since they're both kids. Only one that should drive is... I don't think Grover should even drive, because Grover is a satyr. I don't think satyrs can drive either against their hoofs. But I don't think any one of them should drive. But they drive the taxi. Of course, Percy hits things 3 times because he's a kid and is his first time driving with no instructor who actually knows how to drive there. I mean, maybe Grover knows how to drive, but he's not exactly in the right mind. So they end up leaving and going to the beach where something happens next episode. I'm not going to say, but something happens next episode at the beach. If you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. So he goes underwater, thinks that he's going to talk to Poseidon, but he's not. Instead, he talks to another mermaid who goes and tells him that his dad's not coming. I'm here. You can go back to the camp because his dad's getting prepared to go to war because it's been too long. And his dad's not mad at him, basically. So, but Perseus says he still wants to see this through, and the mermaid hands him 3 things to hands him 4 coins in order to get his mom out to when they go to the underworld, and that's when the episode ends. So I did like this episode. It's not, I don't know, it's not 100% accurate to the book. Not like any of these episodes are. We did forget one scene because there's supposed to be something we're supposed to see. They didn't do Procrustes, which is sad. I don't ever really fully remember that scene, but I just like the Lotus scene better in this scene in the movie. So, even though Perseus kind of acts like he's high a little bit, but not really. It's mostly Grover who gets more of that aspect. Okay, because he did say who's Grover at one moment, so he did forget for a while. I was hoping they would show somebody else, but I did not see him say nobody say the word. Nobody said Nico in that part, so it's fine. We don't have to worry about seeing him until 2 books from now if we get to go that far. But I really hope we do. So, what do I think about this episode? I think it's fine. I'm probably going to give it... I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 since really the Lotus scene was kind of done I know where he said it. Like, I just really want this show to be better than the movie, but seems like that the movie, minus the fact that they had them eat the floor scene, did some parts of this better, since there was actually were kids gambling in the movie. But I think the reason why they did not have them gambling, no kids gambling this, because they didn't want by because this place kind of reminds you of Pleasure Island in a way, since it does allow kids to do things they really shouldn't be able to do since they're too young. So I think that's why, because they don't want to show kids that they should gamble. But I don't know. That's the only reason to see why there's no kids and why there's everybody around here is adults and some are old. There's no supposed to age when you're there. So be quiet. So I'm probably gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. So there you guys go. Perseus did not figure out on his own. So we'll see what happens next. What happens next episode. And I'll see you guys later. Like, hit, and subscribe. And bye.